Hey guys, welcome to question FM93 of the Further Maths Sharpened Study Guide. So like I said, we're doing question FM93. So jumping straight in, the table below shows the number of attendees in an Australian music festival at yearly intervals for the period 2010 to 2016. So that's this table here. And we're given a graph below that, looking very briefly at it, we've got spots for 2016, 2010, and 2010 that have been left blank. So our values here have been left out of the graph. And of course, the first question, question A, says complete the time series plot above by plotting the number of attendees for the years 2010 and 2016. So to do this, we look at the year here, 2010. And the number of attendees is 14,700. Now it's hard to see in this version. We might change this up a bit by the final version that you guys have. You might have 15,000 written here, but of course this little dot here is 15,000. So halfway between 17,500 and 12,500 is 15,000, and we want to sit just below that to get our value of 14,700. So our first dot is going to go somewhere around here. And then our second dot, 2016 at 24,900, is of course just a little bit less than our 2015 version, so only 200 left. This is our marker for 25,000, so it's going to be just under this, just a little bit low than this one here. And then to finish it off, we just rule those dots onto our other dots, as so. Excellent. So that's part A done. Part B, briefly describe the general trend in the data. So the general trend of the data is an increasing trend. So like it says, a very brief description of the data. Or this is an increasing trend, or something along those lines. All right, for the next question over here. So continuing on for question FM93, in the table below, the variable year has been rescaled using 2010 equals 0, 2011 equals 1, and so on. The new variable is time. So as you can see here, 2010 as a year has been changed to a time of 0. 2011 has been changed to 1, 2012 is 2, and so on and so forth all the way up. So really the last digit of the year is being used as our time value. Now the reason we do this is because of this next question here. Use the variables time and attendees to write down the equation of the least squares regression line that can be used to predict attendees from time. Take time as the, now I've crossed out independent here because it should be explanatory. We've written in the wrong word. So take time as the explanatory variable. Write your answer to the nearest whole numbers. So, in order to complete this question, number one, we've got this time in here now because we would otherwise end up with a graph that started 2010 and we'd get some crazy recursion lines that only started 2010 in on our explanatory variable, so our x-axis, which is why we changed it over to time of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the first place, so we get a nicer looking graph. So I'm going to stand up here and show you here. I've actually plotted in my time and my attendees, and then I hit Control-I to open up the statistics spreadsheet, and then I've mapped this out. So I've put my attendees as my y-axis or my response variable, and I've put time down here as my x-axis or my explanatory variable. So from here, once these have been plotted in, I can go Menu, Analyze, Regression, and then show a linear a plus bx, because that's obviously the form that you want to give this answer in. It's going to plot in a number in there for me. So what have I got here? I've got y equals 14,775 plus 1,946 point blah 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 times x. All I need to know is that this is going to round down because it's 0.4, and have a look here at my my value is for that 1475. So writing that down as an answer for question C. I'm going to get a value of, well, not a value of, I'm going to write my equation out as attendees, because that is my y value. Attendees, and the recursion line for this, so the regression line for this model is attendees equals 14,775, so 14,775 plus 1,946 times, and then I'm going to put in time. So that's my model there. So that's question C. And of course, guys, I've left these as whole numbers because that's exactly what the question has asked me to do. It says, write your answer correct to the nearest whole numbers. So I've just rounded these to the correct nearest whole numbers. Question D. In the year 2017, 26,300 people attended the music festival. Calculate the residual value for 2017 if the least squares regression line calculated in part C, so this least squares regression line, is used to predict the number of attendees in 2017. So we know that 26,300 people actually came. We need to use this regression line to predict how many we think would come in 2017, and then we're going to find the residual value. So of course, residual value is equal to actual value minus predicted value. So we've got our actual value, we need to find the predicted value. So to do that, we look here at attendees is going to be equal to 14,775 plus 1,946. Now remembering that we're using time has been changed over to these numbers, so 2017 is going to be the equivalent of 7 for time, so it's going to be 1,946 times 7, and our final attendee number, when you calculate that all out, should be 28,397. So now to calculate our residual is going to be our actual number, which is 26,300. So my text is fading a bit here. Minus 28,397. So this is going to give a final answer of negative 2,097. And yes, the negative is important when we're calculating residuals. So guys, that's all of question FM93. If you have any questions about that, please drop them in the comments below, or head to our Facebook page, Triumph Tutoring, and shoot us an inbox, comment on the page, and let us know what you're struggling with, and someone will be sure to help you out.